Welcome to this week's virtual world of stories and crafts. Today we will travel to Brazil. We had traveled to Mexico and now we will move on to Brazil. Brazil has one of the largest rainforests in the world and we will listen to two stories set in the rainforest. First, I'll be reading a book, The Perfect Siesta by Patomena, about a sloth and other animals that live in the Brazilian rainforest. It was the middle of the day in the jungle and the jaguar was very hot. All of a sudden a cool breeze started to blow and the big cat thought, "Roar, what a nice breeze! It would be perfect to take a siesta." Just then the jaguar saw a coyote sitting on a branch up in a tree and he said, "Hey, could you do me a big favor? I have something really important to do, but first I would like to take a little siesta. There's such a nice cool breeze. It's just too good to resist. Could you wake me up in exactly 10 minutes? "Of course, Mr. Jaguar," answered a scared coyote. "You go right ahead and take your nice siesta. I'll wake you up." And just like that, the jaguar dropped off into a deep sleep. But then the coyote thought, it's true, it would be a shame not to take advantage of this pleasant breeze. So the coyote said to a cockatiel who was perched just a few branches above, "Hey, could you do me a favor? I have to wake the jaguar up in 10 minutes because he has something very, very important to do. But first, I want to take a little siesta. There is such a nice cool breeze, it's just too good to resist. Would you mind waking me up in 10 minutes? "Of course," said the kind cockatiel. "Go ahead and take your siesta. I'll wake you up." And just like that, the coyote dropped off into a deep sleep. Then the cockatiel thought, there's no denying it, that really is a pleasant breeze. So he said to the only animal that was close by, "Hey, you there, Sloth. I have to wake up the coyote who has to wake up the jaguar who has something very important to do. But first, I would like to take a siesta. There's such a nice cool breeze. It's just too good to resist. Would you be so kind as to wake me up in exactly 10 minutes? "Really? Why? Sure, of course." "What?" replied the sleepy sloth. "Wake me up in exactly 10 minutes," repeated the cockatiel. "It is very important. You have to stay awake." "Shh, 10 minutes? No worries," said the sloth with a big yawn. "Thank you so much," said the cockatiel, who dropped off into a deep sleep. Just then the sloth felt a cool breeze and realized that she should ask some other animal to wake her up in 10 minutes. But there was no one to ask. This was such torture for the poor sloth. But she had given her word to the cockatiel, who had promised the coyote, who had promised the jaguar, who no one was particularly thrilled to see angry. "I've got to stay awake," she said to herself. 1, 2, 3 minutes went by. The sloth was battling sleep more than any other sloth in sloth history. 4, 5, 6 more minutes went by. She could almost hear the breeze whisper, "Sleep." 7, 8, 9 more minutes went by. Her eyelids got heavier and heavier. Just when there was only 1 more minute left before she had to wake the cockatiel up, the sloth fell fast asleep. Then all of a sudden the nice cool breeze that was blowing through the jungle turned into a huge shrong, shrong. The tremendously loud snore of the sloth woke up the cockatiel, the coyote, and the jaguar. Bang! Right on the 10th minute. The startled animals each ran off in different directions without stopping to offer any explanations. Meanwhile, the sloth stayed right where she was, snoring away, not letting anyone else in the jungle sleep for a very long time. Next, let's listen to a Brazilian fable. The Dancing Turtle, a Folktale from Brazil, by Pleasant de Spain, illustrated by David Boston. Long ago, on the bank of the mighty Amazon River, Turtle played her flute while enjoying the sun. She played the high notes and the low notes. She played the fast ones and the slow ones. She played her flute with such skill and joy that before long she felt like dancing. Turtle laid down her flute and began to dance her happiest dance. Around and around she twirled, going this way and that. She bobbed and weaved and jumped and crawled, dancing all the while. Then she stopped. Her dance was done. She put her head and legs into her shell and went to sleep. Being asleep, she didn't notice the two dark eyes of a large man peering at her from behind a broad green leaf. She didn't hear the rumble of hunger in his stomach, and she didn't feel his strong brown hand grab hold of her shell until it was too late. "Got you," he cried. "My family will soon feast on turtle soup." He shoved Turtle and her flute into his bag and began the long walk home. It was dark by the time he arrived. "Look at the fat turtle I've caught," he said to his two children. "I heard a flute playing in the forest and followed the sweet sounds to the edge of the river. There I saw Turtle dancing, and when she finished she went to sleep. It was easy to catch her. I'll put her in a cage, and we will make a fine soup with her tomorrow." The man put Turtle in a cage made of strong sticks. He tied the door shut. Turtle couldn't escape. In the morning the father decided to work in the fields. He told his boy and girl, "Stay home and take care of Turtle. Don't let her out of the cage for any reason. I'll be home when the sun goes down and we'll cook her for supper." The man picked up his hoe and walked to the fields. While the children played near the hut, Turtle thought and thought about her difficulty. Then she had an idea. She picked up her flute and began to play. She played the high notes and the low notes. She played the fast ones and the slow ones. She played so sweetly and so well that the girl ran to the cage and said, "Play more, Turtle, please, play more." "I can do more than play tunes," answered Turtle. "I can dance as well." The children had never seen a turtle dance before. The boy said, "You can't dance. Turtles can't dance. You're trying to trick us." "I couldn't trick you," said Turtle. "Children are too smart. All the forest animals know better than to try to trick children." "Would you try to escape if we let you out?" asked one of the children. "Of course not," said Turtle. "I only want to show you how well I can dance. But if you don't want to see me dance, then I'll put my flute away and go back to sleep." "No," cried the boy. "You must show us." He untied the rope, opened the door, and took Turtle out of the cage. Turtle played her flute. She played the high notes and the low notes. She played the fast ones and the slow ones. She played her flute with such skill and joy that she felt like dancing. Turtle laid down her flute and began to dance her happiest dance. Around and around she twirled, going this way and that. She bobbed and weaved and jumped and crawled, dancing all the while. Well, then she stopped. Her dance was done. "Again," cried the children. "Dance again." "Yes," Turtle panted, "as soon as I catch my breath. Carry me over to the shade trees, where I can cool down." The girl picked Turtle up and carried her to the edge of the forest, where the largest of the shade trees stood. "I'll take a little nap," said Turtle, "and then I'll be ready to dance again. Go and play your games. I'll play my flute when I'm rested." After the children left, Turtle began crawling through the jungle undergrowth. She didn't rest or play her flute, and she was safely home by the river. When the children grew tired of their games, they ran back to the shade trees, calling, "Turtle, where are you, Turtle? You said you would dance for us again. Where are you hiding?" There was no answer. Turtle had tricked them after all. Their father would be angry. They sat on the ground and thought and thought. Soon the girl had an idea. She found a large rock shaped like a turtle's shell. She painted the rock to look just like Turtle and placed it in the cage. The boy tied the door with the rope, and the children hoped for the best. Their hungry father arrived home as the sunlight was fading. He put a pot of water on the fire and waited for it to boil. Then he opened the cage and pulled the rock from inside. "Turtle is still asleep," he whispered to his children, "and she weighs more than I remember." He plopped the painted stone into the pot. "Bring the big serving plate," he said, "the one made of hard clay. It will soon be time to eat." The children were frightened, but said nothing. They brought a plate and set it before their father. He took the rock from the pot and dropped it onto the plate. The plate broke into many pieces. The father looked carefully at the rock. Then he looked even more carefully at his children. "You let Turtle out of her cage, didn't you?" "Yes, father, we're sorry," said the girl. "Turtle said she wouldn't trick us, and then she did," said the boy. "Turtle is very clever," father said. "More clever than I thought. Don't worry, children. I'll catch her again tomorrow, and then we'll have our turtle soup." Did he ever catch Turtle again? What do you think? Our first craft is a maraca, an instrument often used to create rhythm in dance. Take out the 2 plates you find in your kit. Place the bag of rice on one of the plates. Don't open the bag. The maraca will work as a shaker even when the rice is still in the bag. Keeping the rice in the bag will avoid any spillage. Next, turn the second plate around and decorate it with the colorful foam shapes and markers. When you're ready to attach the plates, you can apply lots of glue to the rim of the bottom plate. If you like, you can attach feathers to the top. You can use a craft stick as a handle for the maraca. To make it more colorful, you can decorate the craft stick before gluing it in between the 2 plates. The glue needs time to dry, and you can also use tape or staples to ensure that the 2 plates will stay attached. Next, we will assemble our own sloth, inspired by the story we have read. In your kit, you will find the body, legs, face, and a tan of piece of paper to cut out the sloth's paws if you like. First, we will cut out the body and then the legs. If you like, you can cut out paws as well. Next, we will glue the face onto the body of the sloth. We will glue the arms to the body and then to the second craft stick found in your kit. With a marker, you can give the sloth eyes, nose, and mouth. Add the paws and the sloth is done. Our last craft is a dancer. Music and dancing is very important in Brazilian culture. We will use the template and cut out the body of the dancer. Then we will make a blouse out of the felt. There is string in the kit for hair and a coffee filter from which we will make a skirt. Place the coffee filter on a plate. Decorate it with washable markers. Once you have added many colors to the coffee filter, we will spray it with water so that the colors of the markers will bleed into each other. Set aside the plate and let the coffee filter dry. While the coffee filter is drying, we will cut out the body of the dancer. If you like to give the blouse of the dancer a V-neck, we will fold the felt in half lengthwise and cut off the top corner at the fold. Glue on the felt onto the dancer's body. Next, glue on her hair and draw in her face. You can use the piece of felt we cut off earlier to make a bow for her hair. The final step is her skirt. Fold the dried coffee filter in half. Fold some of the sides in to create a full skirt. Glue the skirt onto the body and your dancer is ready to dance some samba. I hope you enjoyed this week's crafts and stories.